So in this video, I'm going to be showing you all of the locations for the potential treasure chest locations. This is not going to be for the hidden stashes. Those are actually marked on the map with question marks when you come over here to Cayo Perico. So the first location is going to be at the very end of the runway and around in this area. Potentially what you are going to be looking for and listening for, which will show you once I do end up finding them, is the treasure chest noises. They're going to be making a little bit of a twinkling noise, and down here in the this area somewhere where there will be an actual treasure chest. But if you don't hear the twinkly noise, which we will show you here once I do find a chest, which at some point I will, then that's exactly what you're listening for. And then also, this is going to count towards a career challenge over here. So right there, you're gonna have to come here and you're gonna have to find 10 of these stashes. So you can only gonna have one on land and one in the water. So the first 10 locations we're gonna be showing you, which is location number 2, is going to be all on land, and then the last 9 locations we're going to show you all the water locations. So right in this area right here, this is another location. Once again, we're going to be listening for the little twinkly sound and looking just for a box. So it's just going to be a box like a treasure chest, and it's just going to be sitting on the ground. It's not going to be terribly too hard to find. Once again, one of the indications that I would just go after is you go to one of these areas, and if you don't hear any twinkly noises, you don't see any box, then obviously it's not going to be at that location for the day. And then you're going to have these chances of coming here every single day to be able to get 2 of these, I would say, treasure chests that it's either going to be on land and or in the water. Once again, 1 location on land every day and 1 location in the water. Here's location number 3 right here. So I think there's 2 rowboats right there. Then it should just be like right around in here, like I believe right in between the 2 rowboats. And it's obvious that it's not here, because if it was, once again, we'd be listening to that twinkly noise, which we'll have at full blast, so you guys know exactly what the sound sounds like. But yeah, location number 3, right by the rowboats. All right, moving on to location number 4. It's gonna be over here, this part of the island. So of course, when you guys are traveling around the island, just make sure that you stay well aware that there are guards walking around and there are cameras. So I think it's right back here on the south side, somewhere in here, there should be a treasure chest. Somewhere back in here, maybe, something like that. But it's definitely this area. It's just, it's the south side of the shack. That's what you have to just look for. And of course, I'm just running around to give you guys a good, eyes view of what area I'm actually in and where the treasure chest may be. Although, once again, there's only 1 location that it can spawn on. So 1 out of 10 locations for land, and then there's only going to be 1 out of 9 locations. So literally, if you come here to the island, you're going to be, like, forced to go to every single one of these locations, potentially, if you're trying to get the career challenge done. But other than that, hunting down these treasure chests is not worth it. Here's location number 5 right over here. Gonna be back here, I believe, somewhere in here. It's at the end of the long building where I'm at. And then once again, if you guys don't hear the little twinkly noise in the area that I'm showing you here on the map, then most likely, 9 times out of 10, the treasure chest is not going to be in that location, and all you got to do is just keep searching. Once again, it's not going to be like, oh, is it here, is it not here? Most likely it's just not there, and you're just going to have to move on to the next location. So we got like this long building right there, just showing you guys where we're at. All right, location number 6. We are in the cove area here. So it'll be somewhere around here, I believe. I think it might be up here. I don't know the exact locations, I just know the areas here. And once again, just listen for the twinkly noise. Once we do find a box, I'll make sure the volume is turned up enough and I'm not talking to where we can actually get a good sound of what's going on. But yeah, this is the area right here. And then once again, there's no treasure chest here for me. I don't see a treasure chest. I don't hear a treasure chest. So there's not a treasure chest here. So we're gonna have to move on to the next location, which is gonna be location number 7, located all the way over here. So this little circular road is gonna be around in this area right here. We're just gonna run around this area. It might be inside. I don't think it's actually inside. I think it's like right around here somewhere. Maybe by a tree or off to the side or something like that. But search around long enough, listening for that twinkly. You might want to think about having your sound turned up a little bit while you're doing this. This is something I was thinking of. I had headphones on, so not really anything else going on besides me just listening for the box. and then trying to find it. So yeah, just this little circular area right in here. You should be able to spot it if it is here. But once again, not hearing the twinkling noise, not seeing a box. Don't spend too much time in one area thinking that there's a box there unless you can hear that twinkling noise. All right, location number 8. We are down here in the very south end of the island once again. So right here, we found a box. Listen, that's the twinkling noise right there. That's what we're listening for. And then you can obviously see that there's a box here. I got horrible vision, but I was able to spot it, so I'm sure you will be able to as well. And then there we go. There's one of the treasure chests that we found. And then that brings me at like number 3. So that means I gotta come back here and continuously keep searching down these treasure chests so I can finish that career challenge, because that's the main reason why I'm doing this and showing you exactly where all these locations are. So location number 9 is gonna be right over here. So we're on the side of the fence area. Yeah, and it's just gonna be over here somewhere. There's actually like a pair of cutting, yeah, it's like some sort of cutting torch or something like that over here. Not a torch, but it's some sort of wire cutters or something like that. I think that's over here as well. Yeah, but yeah, you're not hearing the twinkling noise. It's not gonna be in the location. It's time to just move on to the next one. So there's one more land location, and it's gonna be over by a red crane up here. So we're just gonna travel up here just a little bit, right to this location. There you go. So it's gonna be right by the red crane. Be wary though, there is a guard walking around, and you know, if you get spotted, you're gonna get kicked either back to Los Santos, which can happen, and or you're gonna be just sent back to the, you know, the hangar area, back in the very beginning of the island where the airplane is. All right, so yeah, it's just gonna be around in this where the red crane is. Right now, I'm just kind of jukes the guard out so the guard doesn't see me, and just right around in this area. Once again, no twinkling noise, no box in sight. It's time to move on to the next location, which the next locations that we're gonna be covering is going to be the 9 underwater locations, which is not exactly the funnest, so we'll just move on to those right now. All right, location number 11. It's gonna be right up here. So I just wanted to separate the land. You know, it's not necessarily chronologically in order, but once you do understand, like, and you know, get a good feeling of all these locations, you just be coming back here and checking them. And if not, you can just re-reference the video. So it's gonna be somewhere in this location, and then I was just swimming around, listening my best for the little twinkling noise, which at some point we will find an underwater chest, because once again, there's only gonna be one land location chest that spawns in, 1 out of 10, because there's 10 locations, and then there's also only going to be 1 out of the 9 locations. And here's another location right up in here. So we're still at the airport, and it's just gonna be around in this location somewhere. Possibly underwater, the treasure chest may be a little bit more harder to spot. But then once again, we still have the reference of listening for the little twinkling noise, which is kind of a weird noise. We did play that earlier. So once we do get to an underwater location, I will also like make sure we have the volume turned up on that as well. So yeah, somewhere around in this location right there, you guys should be able to find a box. No box, no twinkling noise. Time to go on to the next location, which is gonna be location number 13. We are still in the water, so we're gonna swim on there now. So just right around the corner. It's not that far away. You could just swim here. And then it's gonna be somewhere in this location. You know, and most of the time it's not terribly too hidden. It should be fairly in an open area where you're just gonna be able to easily find the box. And once again, I was able to find the boxes, you know, fairly easy, fairly quickly. The main thing is just going to these areas, just doing like a quick little circle, and then listening for that twinkling noise that the box makes, because that's the one indication that I was going off of that was a lot better than the visual effect of actually just trying to spot the box with your eyes. So here's another location right here, location number 14. We're just kind of zigzagging right now. I'll just show you where you are. See that helicopter up there? So at some point when you're over here in Cayo Perico long enough, there's gonna be a helicopter, and they're gonna be flying around, and they're gonna be looking for you, because that's what happens when you're in Cayo Perico for at some point too long. So yeah, somewhere around in this location, you should go ahead and either spot a box and or listen for the box. That's the best thing. That's why I said, like, you may want to think about if you're doing this, just turn the noise up like on your TV or something like that. Not necessarily blasting, you know, the volume if you were wearing headphones, because that wouldn't be like good for your hearing. It'd be bad. There's a fish right there. Yeah, so somewhere around here, right next to the mine, maybe, or a rock. I was just listening for the twinkly stuff. I didn't find it. Yeah, you don't find it, don't hang out in an area too long, because most likely it's not going to be there. It's going to be in another location, and all you have to do, literally, for this, it seems like, is keep running the same, you know, the same thing, which I would just do the land, get the land locations, get that one out of there, and then do the water location. So here's another location out here. It's gonna be around in here somewhere. Hopefully in this open area, maybe. It'd be something like in this open area. Pretty easy to spot necessarily, but once again, the underwater locations, in my opinion, would probably be just a little bit more harder to spot, especially if it was like nighttime. So you definitely want to be coming over here during the daytime if you can at some point, and not nighttime looking for these boxes, because it's a lot harder when you're trying to do this at nighttime. So yep, somewhere around in this location. Don't hear the twinkly noise. You don't see a box inside. It's time to move on to the next location, which I'm going to be taking you to location number 16. Getting close to the end here. All right, location number 16. Not terribly too far away. A little bit more towards the coastline, I would say. And then right by that little island right there, too. So yeah, that location right there on the island. All right, we're just going to go ahead and swim on down. And once again, you definitely want to be listening for the twinkly noise. So I was swimming around, listening and looking. Of course, you're looking for a box. They're pretty, you know, they're not a normal thing to necessarily see. And then there's the box right there. So, and then that's what the sound sounds like once again. And we got our treasure chest, and there you go. So I've already collected my one treasure chest on land, and then there's my one treasure chest in the water right there. But we still have a couple more locations to take you to. Location number 17, 18, and 19. So we're going to be going to the next location. If you haven't found an underwater treasure chest at this time, this is the next location. In between these two little nipples right there is what they kind of look like to me. Alright, so somewhere around here, yep, we're either looking for a box, definitely trying to listen for that sound. That was just one of the best things that let me know that there was a box in the area, and all I had to do is just kind of swim around a little bit and just kind of check it out. Also, you know, a reminder, yeah, you might want to think about having like full lung capacity when you're doing this, because they don't let you have rebreathers or a scuba suit or anything like that, and you're literally just swimming around with nothing that's going to help you besides just holding your breath. So you will have to come up for oxygen at some point, you know, to get more, so you don't drown, because if you drown, that's going to be bad, especially if you're over here trying to hunt these treasures for the Cayo Perico. All right, so next location, location number 18 on the other side here. There you go, right in this area. So I just noticed because there's like a little bit of that little circular road off to the right side, and it should be somewhere around in here. And then you just swim around just for a little bit. I usually just do like tiny little circles or something like that. You check out the little circles, and then you don't see the box in an open area. Like right there, it'd probably be a really good place. Like it's gonna be like in a semi-open place. I don't think it's gonna be like totally hidden, you know, within the grass, or it's not gonna be like under a rock or something like that. It should be apparent, and it should be something obvious that you should be able to spot out, because it is like, you know, a little box that's just gonna be buried in the sand just a little bit, not totally buried, not like the buried stash is, which is something that's completely different than the treasure chests that are over here. So yeah, no twinkly noise, no box. Time to move on to the last location, location number 19, which is gonna bring us all the way back around to where we were in the very beginning. We made a loop here. Just right there by the docks. So just be mindful too, there are guards around here, and you don't want the guards to spot you. They technically shouldn't spot you in the water, and you should have a good look around, just like me, just giving you a good look around to show you exactly where I'm at. And then once again, the box should be a little bit more closer to the dock area right here. So you just be able to spot that out, and that should be no problem. Yeah, somewhere around in here. Just listen for the twinkling noise and you should be good to go. If you hear the twinkling noise, there's obviously a box in the near vicinity. So at that time, all you got to do is just spot the box, grab the treasure, and then once you grab the treasure, potentially, you know, you can go on and just and continuously do this. So for me, it looks like from the recording time of this video, I got to come back to the island and do this exact same run because I don't know exactly where these treasure chests are going to be. They're random every single day. And there's only going to be one land location, and there's only going to be one underwater location, having there be 10 locations where it can spawn on land and 9 locations. This video shows every single location that you guys can find these hidden treasure chests that are here over in Cayo Perico for a part of career challenge and or just getting some extra money while you're over here. So anyways, from there, once again, if video was helpful, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe for new content. Of course, if you are new, because you don't want to miss out on daily Grand Theft Auto 5 and other gaming content here on the channel. And also, thank you for watching and supporting the channel. We really appreciate that. But from there, hope everyone's doing good, having an awesome rest of the day. My name is GRAVESIGHT, and I'll see you in the next one. So, peace!